Thank you, everyone. Again, my name is Chris Stogner. I am the offer director for the Triconics product line. So I'm responsible for our overall business strategy, our investments, and our product roadmap, and what products we bring to the market. I've been doing safety systems for 21 years, so I've had a lot of experience doing this. I'm joined today by Farshad Hindi, as well as some members, several Schneider Electric people. We have some of our executive leaders here as well, Peter Herwick, Gary Freeberger. So I want to set the stage for what we're going to discuss today. And what it is a continuation of the digital transformation that Schneider Electric has been on for the last couple of years. So we have EcoStruxure. Many of you guys have been to many of these briefings. It's an IIoT enabled platform and architecture which helps customers better manage their operational or their most critical business and operational variables and risk. We've released a suite of products over the last couple of years to help with this effort. We've released Control Advisor. It helps improve operational efficiency. Maintenance Advisor improves operational reliability. And then Profit Advisor, which helps measure the effects that your automation system has and the business value associated with that, and it helps decision making, to drive the maximum amount of profit for our customers. Today, we're going to turn our attention to safety. So we're very excited to introduce a new product today. That's EcoStruxure Process Safety Advisor. So safety matters. You see on the slide, so one of the biggest imperatives that a customer has, if they have to operate safely and they have to make profit. Okay, it's very common. You see it all the time, commercials on TV, speeches, plant managers, CEOs. They'll all tell you that safety is their #1 priority. And we always fully believe them when they say that. But their investments don't always match that philosophy. Safety has always been seen as a business cost. It's something that's necessary to do, but it isn't something that drives profitability. So therefore, sometimes it's hard to get safety projects funded. All right, so if we can change that mentality and we can help customers understand the link between the safer you operate, the more profitable you're going to be, then it's better for them. It's easier for them to get these projects moving and get them funding, because studies show that owner-operators that have good process safety practices are also more profitable, and they accomplish that through various means. But safety is complex. It's not easy. There's lots of challenges that people are facing. You have to get it right every time. 1,000,000 times out of 1,000,000, 10 million times out of 10 million. You only have to get it wrong to have catastrophic consequences. So since it's Super Bowl week, and I know we had the big party last night, it's a little bit of an analogy. So a safety system, in a lot of ways, is kind of like the referees on the football field, right? If they're doing their job, you don't notice that they're there. Safety system's the same way. But if they miss a call, kind of like happened a couple of weeks ago in New Orleans. And full disclaimer, I'm from Louisiana, right? But this should be the crowning moment of the NFL yesterday, right? And all anybody's been talking about the last week is how the refs messed up, right? So that's a damage to their brand equity. They had the lowest rated TV viewership in 10 years yesterday, right? So it has an effect. So you take that with process safety, and the consequences are exponentially higher, right? If the safety system doesn't do its job, you're talking about loss of life, damage to assets, damage to the environment. All of these things are going to drive down profitability. So, Rashad, all right. Oh, you got it already. Sorry. I'm a little under the weather, so he doesn't want me touching his clicker, so I have to give him the cues. So, that middle column there are the imperatives that customers are trying to accomplish, right? They're the value statements we say. They all want a license to operate, a duty and a care to the environment. They want to make sure that all their employees go home every day. But they all have things that are creating risk, okay? Pressures that prevent them from doing that. There's new regulations that are coming out all the time. Changing regulations. They always get more prescriptive, which is good. It keeps it safer, but it also puts a higher burden on the users. They're all struggling with diminishing resources, right? So lots of people in the chemical and gas industry are retiring. New people are coming in. They're not staying as long. You don't have this tribal knowledge now that people have had where you have a guy that's been there 25 years and he understands everything that goes on in that plant. So they need some type of new process to help them manage their safety effectively. Cybersecurity is something that's, the world changed about this time a year ago, right? And so that's something that people have to take into consideration when they're trying to get data from a safety system to help them make business decisions. With that being said, we have things that bring enough value to help offset that. So the trends you see on the right side, right? So from a Schneider Electric standpoint, we talk about IIoT, and so when we come to Triconics, people are very leery about connecting their safety systems to things. But we're not talking about a guy sitting in his living room on his iPad forcing points in a safety system. That's not what we mean by IIoT when it comes to safety. We're talking about applications and analytics that bring connectivity, digitization, all of that data that exists for their risk assessment they did that are in PDF formats or hard copies. We can take that, make electronic copies of it, and then now we can aggregate that over time and we can help them make informed decisions to be more profitable. So I'll give you another football example. So you can watch a football game today, and at any moment in the game, they can tell you the probability of that particular team winning or losing the game based off every game that's been played in the history of the NFL, right? What happened at this exact moment? What was the situation? Who had the ball? How much time was left, right? So you think about a chemical process or a refinery, they may have 5,000 safety functions at a site, 50,000 transmitters, all right? So if we can take all of that data over time and aggregate it, do machine learning, we can start to put information to the right people that can make decisions that maximize their safety and their profitability. Rashad, next slide. There we go. So we talk about profitable safety. We have applications now that make you more productive. It's going to reduce the mandatory costs that you have to do to maintain your safety systems. But then we're also going to increase your performance. That's things that reduces the amount of time you have to take an outage, whether planned or unplanned, and that increases the amount of time they're operating their plant and therefore making money. So in light of that, if you're reducing your costs and you're making more revenue, you're going to make safety more profitable. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Farshad Hindi, and he's going to tell you about our exciting new offer.
Sure. Thank you very much, Chris. If you allow me, very quick, I introduce myself, Farshad Hindi. I am safety practice leader in the Schneider Electric, living in Houston, and part of the different national and international safety standards, and also, is a part of the U.S. Technical Advisory Group. You can say that the Chris is passionate about the safety and also passionate about the football, yeah, because he's under weather. Still, he's still not, continue talking about what he's passionate about. I am very excited to introduce the EcoStruxure Process Safety Advisor. As Chris said, this is part of our portfolio of the advisors, and we are working in multiple years that bringing this to the market. This is a unique IIoT-based tool and platform that enable people to visualize and also to analyze the hazardous events and risks associated to them for whole enterprise. As you can see, it is a platform and also is a vendor agnostic tool, and it is able to consolidate, and also it's able to contextualize the data that we are collecting in real time from the past, like what we want to know, that what can happen previously, and also collect the data around the present when we want to know that what is happening right now, and also is kind of give us some vision about the future and showing us what will happen if we do something or we don't do something. With contextualization of all those information, it gives us the right information in the right time and enable us to decide faster and better, and that means that we are safer and also profitable, more profitable. As you can see, and here, in this tool, we have a God eye view of the world. You see the enterprise view of the enterprise view of the system, safety systems, and in the real time, you can see that what's going on in each location of the world, in each of the plants or each of the business units that you have. We are able to drill down and see the information related to each actual sites, actual operation plans, and also some of the the protection layers that we have, or even devices, functions that we have across the enterprise. One of the features of this tool is that provide a very easy to understand and simplified view of what's happening. We are providing the actual enough information to the right people in what they needed. One of the things that you can see here is the dynamic risk matrix. It is the one that it's very familiar with all the practitioners in this the world of the process safety and functional safety, and it is bring the information as I told you, for a different level of the enterprise, from the board to the plant, and everybody can see that what they wanted to see and help them to decide properly, safely. Let me be a little bit more elaborate. What you can see here, first of all, digitization enable us to bring the design data to the one database, actually the central database. And then we are using some collectors, high-speed data collectors that connect us to the multiple systems that it is related to the safety. As you can see here, we are connected to the DCS system, what we call it basic process safety systems. Also, we are connected to the alarm systems. We are connected to the safety instrumented system, and also even to mechanical system. We are providing some portals that people can collect the information from their, the mechanical devices. Those information collected and historized in a local historian, and we can see the discrepancy between the design and what is actually running in the plant at any time, in the real time. Next, we are sending those data to the cloud. As Chris said, we are not, those data that it is a selective data of the information that helping us to decide will be sent to the cloud, that will be available from multiple sites, from multiple places. What this bringing information in the one database, cloud-based database, help us to understand what's going on across the enterprise. That enable us to provide some benchmarking across different sites, enable us to use the internal and external expertise, and also enable us to provide some collaborative environment that everybody from different, from the executive people to the maintenance people enable to see the single source of truth, something that can help us to understand actually what is happening, and as I mentioned multiple times, help us to run safer and more profitable. Let's be specific, to give you some context. I want to provide some examples. As you remember, Chris talked about the profitability and also about the performance. Let's see, if I have a nominal, refinery, 100,000 barrel refinery, and this safety advisor help us when one of the situations that normally make people panic and everybody, rushing here and there, and normally they do wrong decisions, is when one of the safety system activated. Your system go down, your profitable engine go down, and we want to bring it back faster as soon as possible. This safety advisor has a trip analyzer module inside it that help us to reduce the time of the investigation. Our study shows that at least it can reduce it by 30%. Bring the time of investigation lower. This means that bring the performance higher. It means the uptime higher. We are able to run, a startup faster. Next things that it is, for safety system, all the equipment and all the functions need to be tested. It's a fact. If you don't test your system is not, comply to what your design. We need to test all our systems. That normally put a lot of pressure during the turnarounds. Using this safety advisor, we are able to shorten those turnarounds. How? We take advantages of those trips, either spurious or genius trips, and we are using, defer some of the testing using we had the collection of the data that we are happening during the trip events. We are we are defer some of those testings, and we are shortening the turnarounds. On the other hand, we are also able to improve the productivity. Again, shortening the testing cycles, and also shortening the investigation cycles, and also shortening the audits means that we are able to release some of our competent people that are that working on the safety environment. They can go and focus on the production and improve the production. One of the challenges that we have now is that having a competent people that are able to run the safety for the multiple stages. This tool can help to reduce the to dependability to the people. That can help us to improve our decisions and with them less people. And whatever I mentioned so far was for one plant. Because it is happening, Safety Advisor is for enterprise, and it is, we have a value multipliers. If you have, the numbers that you see here are the nominal numbers that is suggested for the profit of one plant. And if your enterprise has 15 assets across the world, it means that those, value multiply by 15 times. That enables us you see that very quickly you can justify this type of solutions with the return on investment. We also have some more advantages and some more benefits. We call it indirect benefits or those soft benefits. For everybody across the industry, the insurance premium is one of the key, factors. Also, the license for operations. Also, avoiding the major incidents, and also supporting to make better decisions right time and faster. All of this is achievable using the information in the right time with the right granularity. It's important that we give the right information with the right context to the right people. And of course, we can, these are all tangible values that you can, consider for this tool. Since I've been involved with the development of this tool more than 2 years, and since the day one, we are constantly working with our customers. We are working through the voice of customer, get their information, what is their pain point, and how we can help them to improve using the technology that we have in-house, using our EcoStruxure kind of architecture. And I'm glad to also inform you that we have currently a pilot project going on with one of the major chemical plants in the United States, and we got a very good feedback. Since we are implemented this first phase of this tool there, it is implemented last June, July, and we got very good feedbacks. You see that they are very happy with the user interface. They are very happy that this tool can capture all the events for them. If I want to summarize, this tool, again, EcoStruxure Process Safety Advisor, it is capturing the information, collecting the information using the digitization, from the documentation that we have, from the systems that we have, and bring them all in one database. And then it's providing some analytics that can help us to understand what's going on, identify the patterns, and using those patterns to improve the safety. And then share those information across the globe with the different people across the different disciplines. As I mentioned, one of the features, major features of this tool is providing the visual clues that it is simplified, that can be understood by the different level of the organizations. Your managers, your high level of the board members of the organization can see some green, red, and yellow colors that can understand what's going on, and everybody able to go drill down and see the real informations. That drive the actions through the real-time information and also provide a more business and profitable business. And it is also monetize the insight and deliver measurable, you saw that we have some cases that provide the measurable performances and also improve the productivities. More and more also, it is also help us to have a single environment that people can collaborate. We have single source of truth that different discipline from different sides can collaborate and see what's happening in the real time. Again, back to the first slide that Chris presented, we believe that the Process Safety Advisor can improve the productivity and performances, while our first goal and most of our client goal is the safety. We are able to blend all those things together as a profitable safety and we believe this is achievable. Thank you very much. It was my presentation. Just, sorry I interrupt you, but I want to also add that I will be in the exhibitions, and we are demoing the tool for the people that want to get more information, detailed information. We can provide those detailed information, with the demo as well. Sure.
What are some key differences in here from different products that you've offered previously that brings together a lot of different things and some new?
Sure. Yeah. Again, we use our experiences before, and we believe that one of the advantages that we could bring is the visualization, and also having the enterprise-wide information. And in addition, we also close the gap for the timing, because some of the tools was providing the information about the past, some of the tools providing information about the present, and some of the tools may able to help us for the future, vision. But this is the only tool that able to contextualize everything in a single environment. It's a kind of one-stop shop for all the compliance and process safety for the plant and enterprise. Thank you.